of 11, that's the time here on 92.5 Ufulu FM. That was a piece coming in from Robbie, and it's one titled Until. Still giving you spoken word poetry all the way up until 11 o'clock. And like I said, today I have a surprise for you. We have a guest in the studios, Ray Q.
Hi.
How are you today?
I'm doing good, and you?
I'm very good. So Ray Q is a poet, and he's one of the best poets I know.
Thank you very much.
Welcome to Spoken Word Poetry.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, so maybe you might want to tell people a little bit about yourself. Just introduce yourself.
This is Ray Q Banda. Ray Q speaks poetry. Born as Yamin Banda. Started poetry back then. I think that was in around 2016 at Silkiziro. But then I wasn't a poet that time. I used to just write my quotes and stuff. But then in 2018, I met William Shumba, and then he's the one who introduced me much about spoken word poetry. And of course, after that, it was one of my ex-girlfriends who used to do spoken word poetry. So yeah, that was the way start of poetry.
Now, great. So you started because of your ex-girlfriend?
Not really because of my ex-girlfriend, but the passion was there. But then I wasn't much exposed to spoken word poetry.
But you needed some inspiration.
Of course, you
some
can say
motivation.
So. Yes, of course.
All right, great.
Yeah.
So we're still with Ray Q all the way up until 11 o'clock, telling us more about himself, and he's going to perform for us.
Yeah, most definitely.
So if you've never listened to Ray Q before, this is the time to listen to Ray Q. I hope you have so many pieces.
Yeah, I do have.
Do poets freestyle?
Yeah, well, they can do.
Okay.
I used to sometimes, but then, anyways, we'll see what we can do about the freestyle thing. Okay.
20 minutes to the hour of 11. That's the time here, 92.5, and I still have Ray Q in the studios.
Yeah.
So, Ray Q, before we take a break,
yeah,
I wanted you to do something, just to introduce yourself through a poetry.
Okay, I should introduce myself.
Yes.
Okay, so I will perform this piece. It's titled "I Will Die for You."
Even better for me. Okay.
No, I'm not good. It was just a piece which I was thinking about love, how people get through love and stuff. Yeah. So I had to put myself in the shoes of somebody who is loving someone. So I see love in your eyes because I take more than a look when I look into your eyes. You say we boys are liars because you try to win your heart with fictional words. So I only speak the truth, no matter what it takes. Yes, we have made on this love journey. For sure it's a long road, where I've tried to use shortcuts before and I was hurt. So assure me that I'm not on the wrong road. I choose you, baby, and I will die for you. I'm gonna carry you light like I'm carrying a flag to heaven. If you try to fall, I'm not gonna die for you, because somebody will take my place after I die. But we'll fight the problem together. That's what love does. Never mind if I call you my apple, my rabbit, Jupiter, or Pinky, because you are the special creature that heavens chose. I will die for you because love is not in the air, but it's in the heart. Truly, taking you away from my side is like killing my heart. When I look at your mind, my mind is infected with love words that I try to express them to someone else, but she heard nothing and tried to correct the errors. But if I die for you, will God take it as a sin? Will he mind that it's out of love? Or he will judge me for trying to take responsibility by dying for humankind? I mean, if I die for you, will I be able to walk through the gates of hell without being hurt? If I die for you, will I be able to cherish my moments with you in the life after death? I talk issues. I speak poetry. And I am Ray Q.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Thank you very much.
So the funny thing with Ray Q, I don't know if it's very unique actually. So he's always like, I talk issues.
Yes, I speak poetry.
Okay, so what really inspires you? Apart from your ex, apart from Shumba,
okay.
What else inspires you?
If you really listen to my pieces, you will hear that most of the pieces are concerning love. After I realized that a lot of adolescent people, after reaching adolescent stage, what most of the youth, what they think of is that they should find a date, they should find somebody to fall in love with, but then at the end of the day, you see that somebody they find has been broken before, so it's like they just continuing the chain. So a lot of people end up being depressed, and if you talk about depression here in Malawi or here in Africa, you won't take it as a disease. So I just thought of concentrating on love issues so that maybe people can get healing from that. Not only the youth, but anyone else who has a part of loving in his heart.
All right, good.
Yeah.
So we have poets like Q Malewezi, which is one of the legends.
Yeah, yeah.
We have Yanko Seunda.
Very-
We have other people.
Yeah.
Okay, so from all these people in Malawi, locally, who inspires you?
I get inspired to Q Malewezi, Yanko Seunda, and of course William Shumba.
Yeah.
Because after starting going to Kwaharaba, it's when I knew Yanko Seunda, and then he's one of the greatest poets in Malawi. Q Malewezi, I first heard his piece, which was People. I never knew that poetry, I mean spoken word poetry exists. But after getting to know Q Malewezi, I started following poetry, started downloading different pieces from all over. But then if you talk about poetry in Malawi, I'll go for William Shumba, Yanko Seunda, and Q Malewezi.
So are you a member of the Banganga?
Yes, I am.
You are a Vili Banganga.
Yes, I'm a Vili Banganga.
When did you join Vili Banganga?
Okay, the question should be, I started going to Kwaharaba, I think, now 2.5 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just started and then you graduated to being a member of Vili Banganga.
Yes, but then not much active member. That's why I'm trying to run away from that
I've
question.
seen you at so many events, so you
Yeah,
have to be active.
Yeah, I've performed at so many events, like at the International Women's Day at Branta Sports Club, and they invade poetry for the Vilbanganga thing. Yeah, but I'm part of Vilbanganga movement. Yes.
Yeah, that's great. Right now it's 16 minutes to the hour of 11. For now, let's take a short break and we'll be right back with Ray Q in the studios as he talks about his poetry and as he continues to perform for us. 15th. You're gonna remember this day.
Yeah, very. I'm gonna remember.
Let's take a short break. Here's coming in from Tia Joanne, and it's one titled The Art of Smiling. It says, sometimes we do not have to always feel low. We need to find that inner peace, that thingy that makes us to smile, because wearing a grumpy face all the time doesn't really help. And I'm still with Ray Q. He speaks issues, he speaks poetry.
Yeah.
And he's still telling us more about what he came here for. And I remember earlier you told me that you have an EP coming up.
Yeah, I have an EP coming out soon. We have already started recording the EP. The EP is titled Decisions of the Heart.
Okay.
Decisions of the Heart, this is just part of my life story in poetry. Of course, 70% of it, it's real issues that happen to me, and the other 30% I say is what people go through and stuff.
How many pieces are they?
In this EP there are 6 pieces. One which is a bonus, and that bonus I think I'm gonna perform it today. It's titled Future X. So yeah.
Future X.
Yeah, Future X.
Okay.
This piece, I mean, this EP, it's a storyline, and it's starting from, I feel like, which is where I started poetry and ending up to Future X, I think.
All right.
Yeah.
Great. So when should we expect this?
I think a month from now it'll be ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I feel like poetry in Malawi is moving. Right now it has started moving.
Yeah, it has started moving.
Because in the past it was just Yanko Seunda, Q Malewezi.
Malewezi.
And what we had back then was the likes of Hudson Jamasoa, who does Chichewa poetry.
Yeah, Robert
And
Chomba.
and right now you can actually see that there are people that are coming up with spoken word poetry.
Yeah.
So as one person who is a spoken word poet, what challenges do you face, or what do you really think is pulling spoken word poetry down?
I can say that it's exposure. A lot of people think that poetry it's a game of lonely people or people who have issues and stuff, but then they should remove that negativity kind of thinking. In Malawi, most of the people, we underrate art. When you talk of art, I'm not only saying to poetry or music or something else, because this is talent. And then people think that when somebody is standing at the stage, is reciting pieces, think that he's just doing something which is not kind to our culture in Malawi. So I think if we remove that kind of thinking that poetry is about white people and stuff, I think we're gonna go on with this spoken word poetry.
Great.
Yeah.
I've been at events where Vili Banganga hosted.
Yeah.
Several events have happened early this year.
Yeah.
Because we're still in the earlies of this year.
Yeah.
So, what do you think is some of the things that Vili Banganga has helped you with?
Vidipanganga poetry movement has helped me quite a lot because first of all we should say I've got exposure of who I am. I never thought I could become a poet up until I started. I was introduced to Vidipanganga poetry movement. Exposure, and then I've also have had inspiration from different people because once I feel like I've attended different performances from different people, I get inspiration because I feel like they write something very very big than what I write. So I really get inspiration from different people.
So apart from poetry, what else do you do?
Ray Q is a musician.
Yeah.
Who has just released his song so some weeks ago. Ray Q is a fashion designer.
Okay.
Ray Q is a journalist in making who is right now working with Mage Radio.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Okay, so most of the times you have youths that only focus on their talents.
Yeah.
There are some people that have talent and they barely have time for school.
Yeah.
They barely have time to find what else can help them in life.
Yeah.
So what can you say about that?
Having a talent is not something which should make you not go on with your school because it's just a talent. It's something which is new that you can't remove. So once you spend much of your time doing your talent, if we focus here in Malawi, because we can't really say that talent really benefit a lot of people. School is very important. You need to have time management. When it's time for classes, do classes. When you have free time, at least try to write something, whether you do music or you do spoken word poetry, because they say if you want to achieve something, do it every day. At least find 30 minutes or an hour of your talent, concentrate on it, and then afterwards go for classes. When it's time for study, do studies.
All right.
Yeah.
So right now it's 6 minutes to the hour of 11. I want you to do one more piece or two
Yeah, okay.
before we close up.
This one is titled "I Feel Like," which was which was best piece of me. I wrote it back in 2017, I think.
Okay.
I feel like turning off this humanity, but I'm afraid I'm gonna hate innocent people in this world of reality. But wait, did the person who broke my heart like she wanna use it on a jigsaw puzzle game consider this? She chewed my trust and spit it out for good, just like we do with a chewing gum. I feel like God should take away the loving heart inside me. And I'm sorry, pity to the one who was created for me. Old days, good days gone by. Can I be young again? Cause growing up hurts. That's all I can. That 3-letter sentence, I love you, comforted my heart like a sip of cold Coca-Cola in summer. Baby, I really loved you and I trusted you. But you didn't mention it on acting a drama. I wish the world was in a triangular shape where I could settle my heart on one of its corners. But my bad, it's oval shaped, where even the stone which is ejected by the builders can't even find a place to settle. Sometimes I could feel like, I feel so skilled and talented like Leonardo da Vinci, where I painted your beautiful face with the saliva you placed on my lips. Yes, you put your memories in black and white, but memories between me and her are still bright in high definition pictures. How could you feel being put on a second choice by someone whom you really love? You placed me in that mixed emotions where I could cry and laugh at the same time. You saw my tears flowing so heavily on my cheeks like it has been turned into Victoria Falls. Did you even care? You never said a word to my tears. You didn't even mind to take out your hand and wipe off my tears. Now, let me take you to that series of Vampire Diaries and call me Stefan Salvatore, because I'm turning off my humanity, because I feel like I talk issues. I speak poetry.
Beautiful.
I am Ray Q.
Okay, he is Ray Q. He's telling us this for the third time that he is Ray Q.
Yeah.
So Ray Q, one last thing do you want to tell people out there about yourself, or what they should be expecting?
You should expect a lot from Ray Q, because he has started this and he's not gonna stop right now. If you feel like you are one of the talented people who can also do spoken word poetry, you can at least contact me and find out how we can go about this. You should wait for the EP, which will be coming in a month coming.
We're actually waiting for
Yes,
that
yes,
EP,
yes.
and we can't wait.
Yeah, very.
Okay, so what one last maybe shout outs to anyone that you want?
I have a lot of friends. Shout out to my mom. Shout out to Puzo. Shout out to Yodo. Shout out to Stinko. Shout out to Kosen. Shout out to Leslie. Shout out to Hendrix. Shout out to the Yamis which are in this studio because we have 3 Yamis in this studio.
There are 3 Yamis in the studio.
And shout out to everybody who is listening because I can mention all of them.
So if people want to see Ray Q, they should go Kwa Haraba Arts.
Yeah, if you want to see Ray Q, he's just a simple guy who don't have
so
dreads.
many people want to see Ray Q. What he looks like.
Ray Q is not that tall. Yeah. But then if you want to see Ray Q, come with that Kwa Haraba.
He just parked his car outside. All right.
Yeah.
That's all we had for you on Spoken Word Poetry 92.5 Ufulu FM, the 15th of March in the year 2020. I'll be back next week on a Sunday morning from 10 all the way up until 11, giving you nothing but Spoken Word Poetry year 92.5. And remember, at 11 o'clock, we have Nkani Moyebula. After that, Somo Zechuda. You've been with me, Leslie Moyo. I'll be back next week. I'll leave you listening to Rodbo Lumbe with this one titled Born with Albinism. I'm wishing you a blessed Sunday.
Aye. It's been nice here.